Okay, so next up we have a video for the Cobra Pogo Ballistic Battle Ball, but I think just to make it easier on myself, I'm just gonna call it um, the Battle Ball or something like that because that is a rather long name. So it's taken me a while to do this, and I can't say that I can always do requests because I pretty much have to do what I'm in the mood and what's available to me. But um, one of three nights asked me to do this video and said it was okay, even though I was missing some pieces to go ahead and do this, and it was trying to find all the different parts that kind of go together or different figures and whatever that to make this kind of a series of videos. Um, so in the comic and in the commercial, they pretty much made this, in my opinion, the new Cobra Commander's ride. Unfortunately, I have not been the best with these figures and vehicles and stuff, but it's also age. It just seems like, after some time, the stuff's gonna start breaking down. So, it could be a lot of my fault, but it could also just be the age of these things. So, the first thing I'm missing is the extra booster because they do come out, and there should be a little peg sticking out of there. It could have been made to add, extra reinforcement to have this thing stay in the vehicle, or it could be just that it was some extra residue that came, or plastic that came off when I took this off the tree. So you should, for a complete one, have um, two of them. And there is kind of a groove right there, and another kind of, I never know what to call that, but those pieces line up and snap in. So that's one thing I'm missing. The other thing I'm missing is you have the three missiles. So I have one here and then one here, but unfortunately, as you can see on this peg, I'm not aware of where that missile is right now. So the things that seem, unless I was just not as good to this vehicle as I should have been, that you kind of have to watch out for is these legs are stay on, but they've got these pegs here, and they slide in, but they don't really stay very well. As you can see, that one came out. I think it's just because even though they go into the body, they don't go into the body very much. They kind of just almost seem like they just hang there. So they should have made it go more into the body or something to make it stay. The other thing I'll point out is that even though I was able to find a way for it to work, you've got these hoses, and we'll hopefully be able to get on to what these are. But as you can see, hopefully this one is broke, but I just slid it through the hole that's there. And then on the ones that aren't broke, I don't know that I can get it out, so I don't want to risk breaking it. But you can see that it goes more in a kind of upside down L versus nothing over here. So those are two things that I would caution anybody that does get this. Be careful with the legs, and then be careful with these. But I think that's pretty much it on that part, and also even this is kind of getting bent that way, so definitely got to start being careful with this thing, or get a new one like I will have to do for my 1987 Cobra Commander. But anyway, this thing, according to Yojo.com, was used not only in the comic or in cartoon. It says cartoon and commercial, but I don't know that it was ever really used in the cartoon. Maybe they're basically saying the commercial for the toy, and then maybe it was also used in the cartoon slash commercial for that issue of Marvel Comics. But yeah, so it says trading cards, comics, cartoons, commercials, and also the Nintendo game that came out. Thankfully for doing this video, I also got to learn that in Brazil, the Cobra Pogo was released as part of the Forca, I'm assuming, Destro line, named SAPO, and I believe I'm saying this correct. In Portuguese, that's the language that I'm assuming they speak in Brazil. Unfortunately, I don't speak Portuguese, so I don't know what it says, but it says something like Comandos im Acordado or something like that. And it's the Destro Iron Grenadier symbol that they're using. And the SAPO stands for, if I'm pronouncing any of these words right, Sistemera Avocado de Propósito para Ofensivas, or something like that. And obviously this one was not released in 1987 because the card art shows Overlord as the driver. And I'm going to go on and see if we can find out what else about the other variation of the ballistic, ball or whatever. So yeah, in Brazil, Overlord was released individually carded with the name Circlon as part of the Forca Destro, and then it has Iron Grenadiers in parentheses. Keep looking at my time to make sure I'm not running out of time. So it says something like the Estrella Toy Company did not just release U.S. versions of the G.I. Joe toys, but made several changes before releasing the toys. As a result, there are many exclusive figures and toys that were only available in Brazil. This page is the one where they talk about the catalog. So it says, pictured above is a portion from a Brazilian Estrella toy catalog from approximately 1991. So this portion describes Forca Destro, the force that battles against Battle Force 2000, basically the Iron Grenadiers. However, note that Dr. Mindbender, Astro Viper, and Overlord, in Brazil known as Circlon, are pictured as being part of Destro's organization. In addition, because these two figures were not released carded in the U.S., note the all-new artwork for both Destro and Overlord. Because, of course, in the U.S., Overlord was released with the Dictator, I believe, and then Destro was released with the Despoiler or something like that. So, of course, they weren't carded, they were boxed. Anyway, so don't really know. The springs don't really work, but of course the whole idea behind this thing was that it could bounce, over obstacles and all that kind of stuff. And I'm gonna try and see if I can go back to the box and see if it will allow me to read it, because sometimes the pictures on yojo.com are not the largest. So go on to the box. Keep showing you guys some views while I'm trying to do that. So the Cobra Pogo Ballistic Battle Ball, of course, has the 1987 Cobra Commander in the vehicle instead of, Overlord. And then go on to the back of the box. Hopefully I won't run out of time. It's like 10 minutes. It may feel like a long time when watching it, but when trying to do it. So, that's the other thing I'm missing. So, I'm missing the antenna that would go on this peg right here. It says it has a opening clamshell canopy, which is right there. And I'm going to have to do a little part 2, I guess, for this video. So, we will see you over there. Alright, bye.